Alright everybody, what is going on? We are going to be going over the lavalier mics that I have. Now I do know that my microphone might sound a little different for this part, but that's only because I'm using different settings for this because I'm actually on a different profile, so you might be able to hear a little bit more than usual. But that's okay, because soon we're going to be using these. And these actually have been one of the best things that I've ordered for my camera. Now, of course, they're not only for camera, they're for literally anything. Inside the box, you'll have 2 transmitters, 1 receiver. And they're very, very interesting. They're really nice. They sound okay. So depending on the settings, they sound good. And also depending on if you want to do any editing. But these have been honestly one of the best things that I've gotten. Aside from my small rig fan, which I'm actually going to be testing here in a bit. So anyway, you got your receiver, you got your transmitter, and we're going to be going over everything. So to start, we've got the receiver, which, as you can see the screen, and then on top it's got a headphone port so that you can listen to your live audio from the microphone. And then of course it's got an out port, which is what you're going to be using. Unless you decide to use these by themselves, which is actually something you can do, which we will get into later. But on the sides, there are 3 buttons, minus, plus, and an M, which I think is menu, but there's no, like, menu. But we're going to be getting into it. So, these on the receiver, actually, you know what? I'm going to just do that. So, the minus and plus on the receiver, if you double click the minus or plus, it'll actually make the screen dimmer or brighter. Right now I think mine is at the highest. Yeah. So other than that, you can hit the minus or plus and you can adjust the decibel. You can either click or hold it down long enough and it'll start slowly dropping. Just all depends on what you want to do. Then if you're on a camera and you're actually filming and not actually doing what I'm doing, you can triple click the M button. Or not. Okay. So I was having a little bit of an issue. So if you triple click the M button, it will flip the screen so that while you're looking at it, because it'll be on the cold shoe, it'll be seeable. And actually, this is also another feature that I just found out. If you double click the M button, it'll turn on the noise canceling for the microphones. But we're going to be focusing on the mic itself. So this big button, if you click it once, that'll turn on active noise canceling. Click it twice, it'll start recording. And then this small button, if you click it twice, you can mute. That is the first time I have ever messed with all of those lights at once. But yeah, so you got that, and then inside the box, which is some of the stuff that you see right here, it comes with 2 windscreens, which I will actually be putting one on when I start using my camera to record and the microphone, because I get a ceiling fan blowing and I have an air vent right above me. So you got those, and then you got some cables. You have a USB-C to auxiliary, for your phone, USB-A to USB-C, which you can use that for any of these. Like the microphone itself has a USB-C port, which is how you would get the audio file off of there if you're recording with this. It's either that, or you can use the cable for the charger. And then you have auxiliary to Apple. And then what you'll mostly be using is this, the auxiliary cable. Now, I do know they have actual names, and I will be getting into that once I actually start recording on the camera, because I still got to do a little research, not gonna lie. But no, these have actually been the best microphones I've bought in a while. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and swap so that I'm recording on my camera. All right, and now here we are with the microphone, or the Neewer microphone. Right now, noise canceling is off, which we are going to be doing some testing here in a few. But let's go over some of the things that is particular to these headphones. Or, I keep wanting to say headphones. It's microphones. So, if we turn on noise canceling, now noise canceling is on. So they do have a 360 pattern, which I like. But each of them also have 8 gigabytes of storage each. That's a lot of that's a long recording you can kind of do. It says that as an actual recorder itself, they last about 4 hours. If you use that as a transmitter, lasts nearly 12. It lasts about 11 hours and 30 minutes, it says. 24-bit sample rate, which is always good. Now, I have watched tests before, and they actually kind of support the claim by Neewer. And that claim is you can go nearly 1,000 feet away from the receiver before they stop communicating. But of course, it's got to be in an open area. Some of the tests I've seen, you actually can get about 1,000 feet, roughly, before it stops working. Now, most people have gone about 500 feet, roughly. That's usually where people stop at. And it works well. Now, of course, those cables, you can pretty much use them, honestly, with anything. I mean, you can plug in the receiver with the audio, or well, the aux cable, and you can plug in the USB-C to your computer or laptop if you got one. Same thing, I suppose, with the USB-A to C. You can pretty much just use this like a computer microphone, which at one point I will end up testing. This honestly is more of a test for me. I've been wanting to do a sound test for some time now. I've been wanting to see like what I can do with these, and that's pretty much all. I mean, these would be good like if you were going into like a podcast with like just just like a solo podcast or with one guest, and you didn't want to spend money on a setup like a microphone like this, with like a mic arm, or with uh, like a Rode Pod mic, which pod mics are pretty much podcast microphones. You can use them for interviews or basically whatever you want, honestly. Um, you could have it as your like main microphone. I wouldn't, but in a pinch, in a pinch, they're good to have. They're also very good to use for basically whatever you want. IRL streams, um, literally videos like what I'm doing now, reviews. And honestly, I want to get more into doing reviews. I just need things to review, which actually I do have, like this I was showing, which is my small rig fan for my camera, which depending on how the temperatures start doing soon, I actually might be getting a test out of this. The only other thing I got is this from K&F Concept, which is a memory card holder. Literally just got it today. So literally this, one of these is missing because it's currently what I'm using, which is the Lexar Silver Pro, UHS2. I just needed extra SD cards just to have, mostly, because my main is this. It's a SanDisk adapter with this, a Samsung Pro Ultimate. I really don't know how much that's going to pick up. But it's a 256 gig, and it's a micro SD card. It's been phenomenal. It's been working well. Now with my camera, I've got the Canon R50V that I'm starting to do all of my video stuff on, and it does support UHS2, which is why I'm using the Lexar. That and this video actually gives me a couple reasons to do testing, because it'll kind of show me how the microphone performs. Even though I've used it before, I just didn't have the right settings. But it gives me a chance to use this and the new SD card just to kind of see how things are. And I like how I'm starting to get the temperature level. It's at no bars yet. But I've been wanting to expand everything that I have, and I've been wanting to do more things. Another thing I actually just got recently, actually for my birthday as a gift, I got a tripod, like an actual tripod, not a desk mount. So I'll be using that. I actually kind of want to use that for one of my talking head videos like I'm doing now. I just need something to actually do to where I could use it. Even though I could use it for something like this, which honestly surprised I'm not. But yeah, so I mean, I'm just honestly trying to give you guys an example of how this stuff is. These though, for $90 on Amazon, like I'm looking at the page right now, for $90, these are actually really good microphones. I do social media for a group, and one of the things I help do is we make videos for a different channel, and these are actually the microphones that we use. It's me and my buddy that do the videos, and I haven't had any problems with them. And we re-record in a garage. Actually, the last video that we just did, we had a scroll fan blowing directly at us, and with the noise canceling, I didn't have to do any editing, literally, at all, to the audio. And usually I do have to do a little bit here and there. But with noise canceling on, there's literally nothing I had to do. It cut out every single bit of fan noise, basically. And I couldn't have been happier with how the audio turned out. Other than that, these microphones have actually been a great help, because again, for that group, I also we do social media for car shows and all that stuff, so I've been using my own equipment because it's kind of like volunteering in a way. But I use these microphones when I'm walking around videoing. I do these videos while I'm trying to do these videos. I basically do a bunch of stuff with my camera and these microphones specifically. And I could not be happier with the turnout, because I mean, I'll show it on the screen right here. They are, again, $90. They literally just work like regular wireless lavs, but for a good price. I mean, you're going to be spending what, maybe $200-300 on a pair of Rode. I think they're Go 2, or you can even be using something like a boom mic or like a shotgun mic, whatever they are, which actually at some point I am going to get, and I'm going to be using that as like scratch audio because I want to start using these by themselves. But they're a really, really great way of recording your audio. They sound great. I'm not going to do any editing to the audio for this video, specifically just so you can tell the difference between this and how my microphone was in the beginning, which was my Rode Pod mic with no filters, and the gain turned up, which I just turned my gain up the other day. Haven't done any recording. On this profile, I've got no filters on my microphone whatsoever, and that's pretty much it, honestly. So yeah, I know this wasn't the best, but this is more of kind of like a sound test more than anything else. So if you do want a little bit of a deeper review, please let me know down in the comments below. I would be more than happy to do so. But for now, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.